Okay folks, welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Fishing, or welcome to the channel. If this is your first time watching, please consider becoming a subscriber. Surf bags, that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, so in front of me I have four surf bags. Four surf bags that I've used over the past, I'd say 10, 12 years or so. These are all the surf bags that I've had. Some of them better than others, some of them great, some of them not so great. So I wanted to go over each one in depth and whether I think it was a good deal or, you know, worth the money that I spent on it, or whether I didn't. And I'm going to go back and forth between, of course, the chest camera here so we can get a better close-up, because I don't have a camera person working with me here. So we'll use both cameras. As a matter of fact, let me turn this one on, because we're going to go over the first one here. And the first one here that I have is a bag that I bought, I'd say, this one had to be bought about 12 years ago. I bought this bag. Let me just turn that on. It lasted a long time. It did. It did. It was about $50, and I got it at a tackle shop, a local tackle shop. So you know, let's switch over to the other camera and we'll take a look here. All right. So right off the bat, it's it's a canvas material, not very thick. And again, this was used and abused. So you know, right away you have your 10 slots, 2 rows of 5, and you know, you can fit a good amount of plugs in this bag, no problem. You know, I was always able to put enough plugs in, although the way I pack bags, you never have enough plugs in them. I'll have like things like spilling out all over the place because I overpack them. You know, it's got drain holes in the bottom. I don't know really if you can see them. And the water drained out of them pretty well. The only bad thing was with those drain holes is that occasionally a treble hook will somehow make its way into that hole. Then you have to take the whole thing out and try to get it out. So it was a little rough. I know they still sell this bag. Nicole actually has one. It's much newer and in much better shape. I don't think she used this one as much as I did over the years. You know, you can see it's starting to come apart, and this is the problem with a lot of these bags, is that this material, it doesn't stop hooks from penetrating it. So if a hook gets into it, you're sitting there fighting with it to get it out. It becomes ripped up, it becomes torn. Got a nice Velcro strap on the front. Again, you know, the Velcro's been used. And it's not, you know, that little strap isn't really enough to hold it. If you're going to take this thing out and try to, you know, get out on a rock on Montauk, if you can get hit with a wave, it's probably going to blow open and all your plugs are going to be everywhere. So that's a downfall for that. It doesn't really have too much. It's got a couple of pouches in the front. The only thing I found with these pouches is that if I did try to hang bucktails in them, you know, they fall all the way down to the bottom. You'd have to try to wrestle them out. And there's not really a lot of room for a lot of bucktails or tins or whatever else you want to throw in these little pockets. There's even a bigger one in the front you can slip some things into. And as you can see, after years of wear and tear and rubbing up against me, it's done. It's, you know, but again, this bag, to be fair to it, was carried by me for probably 10 to 12 years. So really not too bad. It's got the straps in the back. I did clean them off. You could hook on the belt so that, you know, that Velcro seems to be pretty strong still. On the side, it has a pouch. Again, you know, to put whatever you want to put into it. You know, I probably most of the time had a a jar of Uncle Josh pork rinds with the fat cows now. The strap, it's connected on one side, but on the other you did have a buckle and the strap. Very worn out. For $50, not a bad thing. If you're getting into surf casting now, for $50, this is a good starter bag. I'll give it that. It really did hold up better than I ever thought that it would. So, not really a bad deal. Not a bad deal for this bag. If you can find it, I got this at the old Smith's Point Bait and Tackle years ago. I'm not sure where you could even find it now. But like I said, I'll still use this bag because, I'll usually have my other bag packed out for nighttime stuff. But, I can throw, 5 pencil poppers and 5 poppers in here and make a day bag. Throw a couple of diamond jigs in the pouches, and hey, I'm good to go. I don't have to repack my other bag or redo my entire other bag. This one's, it's ready to go. I throw it over my shoulder and off I go fishing. The hole in the back really isn't going to stop anything, but I wouldn't put too much in it, and it's probably not going to last too much longer before it completely falls apart. All right, so that, that's nice. Like I said, $50, not bad. So the next bag I have here, next bag was a Shimano Blue Wave. Now, was it? Yes, it was a Shimano. It was just a Shimano Blue Wave. And, I paid about $80 for this. Let me put that there. Sorry, guys. We'll start that over again when I get closer. We'll do this now. When I bought this bag, it was about $80. I think I found it on Tackle Direct or one of those companies. And I had high hopes for this bag. I figured, $80, that's a pretty good coin to spend on a piece of on a piece of fishing gear. $80 is a lot of money. It is. So we'll just put this on and take a closer look at what we have here. All right, so there's Shimano in the front there, and it's got nice pouch in the front. You can put leaders in there or whatever else you wanted to pack in there, leader material, anything else. That held up pretty well. The mesh, and it drains, not too bad. Velcro on the top, and, very sturdy stuff. When we open this up, and you can see that we got a spot for some diamond jigs and some pins and everything else. They put this plastic material over here so the hooks couldn't penetrate it, which is very good. Because, like I said, the worst thing to have is hooks in your bag and then trying to dig them out when you need them. So, that held pretty well. It's got this piece of plastic in the middle and another slot there for more bucktails and stuff. Look, there's one stuck in there now. What do I got? Oh, there's a Hopkins in there. Oh, that's nice. I'll have to change the hook on that and clean it up. Just hang that on there for now. Missed that one, I guess, when I cleaned this one out and stopped using it. And, now you have 4 tubes. And, you can fit a good amount of plugs in there. They're deep. You can fit some long plugs. It's got the drain holes in the bottom. I'm not really sure if you can really see them. Probably can. Closer up. So, that was the inside of the bag. Not bad. Bottom of the bag is, mostly this plastic mesh, which, isn't too bad. It looks like that held up pretty well. All right, maybe we start to see problems. So, right away, the nylon. Nylon, probably not the greatest stuff to make bags out of, I don't think. It tore here. It started to tear here. And once it started to tear, it didn't stop. So you have some, and for $80, this, I think I used it for 2 years, and that's the condition that ended up in after 2 seasons. Really not too good. It's got the straps again, so you can put it on the belt. Garviners, you can put that on the belt. That's probably all. I'm sure that's pretty jacked up. You can see on the buckles here, they're starting to rust. Not really good material. Eventually, that's going to break through and break, and that's going to be the end of that. And so that strap, not the greatest of materials. Again, this side, you can see, probably from getting hooks stuck in it and yanking them out, it's ripped. It's completely ripped on this side, completely ripped on that side. And this is no longer, I feel, secure enough to put anything in. Had the side pouch, not bad. You know, again, this mesh. This mesh, definitely not a great material, I don't think, to use, to put anything near hooks. Because once the hooks get in that mesh, they're really hard to get out. And then you end up tearing the mesh and you end up with more rips. You know, and just from fishing alone and moving around, chances are a hook is going to hit it. So, let's go back in regular mode here. So, again, for $80, I had high hopes for this bag. I really did. And severely disappointed in how long it lasted compared to the one that was $50. Doesn't even look like it's made as well and lasted 5 times longer. So, put this one aside. If I remember all the little things that I meant to talk about, we'll get back to them. Now, the hardest thing for me is to sit here and try to tell people to spend their money. That's a real hard thing for me to do, especially when it comes to the cost of the next bag. This is the Flatlander bag, custom made. And again, this bag probably between $200 and $250, I think, was the total. Custom, you know, I had it designed, I had it made. But you know what? I think I've had this now for 3 seasons, and it doesn't have a mark on it. And we'll go over it closer up here on the GoPro. Right away, you can see the strap. And unlike the other straps, these are not rusted because they're made of material that doesn't rust. Probably a nice stainless steel. You know, this is made out of sailcloth, and as far as I know, this is probably the heaviest duty sailcloth that you can make. That's why his particular ones are only come in like black and orange, because I think that's the only 2, or white, because those are the only 3 colors that he can get a sailcloth that heavy in. But the trim he can all do custom. And as you can see, there's not really a stitch out of place in 3 years, and I'm pretty abusive with my gear. I'll be the first to admit it. So this is a removable bucktail pallet. You see there's still sand in there. I did wash these the best I could, so we'll take a look at this first. So right away you have the buckle system that's snapped in, and it holds it to the bag. Very strong, nice Velcro. You have 2 loops on the back here that you can actually just put this on your belt and carry it like that. You wanted to, you know, just gonna carry bucktails for the night. Hey, there you go. And it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bucktail loops. You have the stainless steel grommets at the bottom, so you get your drainage, and a lot of it. There's plenty of drainage on the bottom of this. You know, water's not holding in there. So it doesn't get too heavy by holding on to water, so that's good. Again, you have the Velcro and you have a strap. You know, again, these bags are made for, you know, going out in you know, onto the rocks with in Montauk and getting hit with waves. It's not blowing open. You're not losing anything. So we go to the rest of the bag. And the rest of the bag again, you know, not a stitch out of place in 2 years. And you have your Velcro on the bottom to hold that in. On the side of the bags, you have these, and you can add attachments to it. So if I wanted to order another section and make this a longer bag, I could put one on each side. Or I could put a water bottle. And, a very large piece of heavy duty Velcro, keeping that closed. So again, not blowing open on you. Inside we have 3 tubes that are wide, and I think I fit up to 4 darters in each. at times because, you know, who needs to carry 12 darters? But, you know, we do, so we do. You have the straps that actually have Velcro on the side to hold them open, which is nice, so they don't come flopping over when you're trying to get stuff out of here. You have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 loops on top that you can put bucktails and diamond jigs or whatever else you want to hang on there. And again, plenty of room. Plenty of room. And, you know, listen, if and when you have the money, you're only going to have to buy this bag once. You're only going to have to spend the money on it once. And that's the good thing about the bag. I've never had a hook penetrate this material. You know, you've never had a hook penetrate it at all. Unlike the other bags, you can look at the top. All along the top, it's all intact. There's no hooks. There's no holes in it. Just craftsmanship, just well made. And there's other bag companies that are as good. You know, not just, I happen to use the Flatlander. And, no, I'm not paid by anybody to talk about. These are just the bags that I have. I'm not getting any kickbacks or anything else. This is just honest stuff. That's what I have here. Just honesty. That's all I got. So I know Gear Up makes a great bag. Mac, Ed Point. I'm sure there's a few others. I'm not taking anything away from those guys. I haven't owned any of their gear to talk about it or not. I have friends who do have it, and they're more than happy with it. So, you know, that's just where I am with it. This is the bag that I have, and the bag that I mainly use. I'm happy with it, and you know, that's the bag. I would definitely tell somebody that if they had the money, to go out and spend the money on the better bag. If you don't have the money, hey, listen, it is what it is. Maybe one day you will, and you know, it's good to consider. But you know, if you're just starting out, do you need to spend that much money on a bag just to keep up with everybody else, or just to look like everybody else? You really don't. You can get away with. I wouldn't get the Shimano. I would definitely get this one, and I would definitely maybe even pick up the third one I'm about to show you guys. So I'm just gonna clip that there, and then we'll talk about the third bag. So here we go with the third bag here. I'll just turn that on, and third bag is Surfrite Supreme. I'm not sure if you guys can read that there. I'll turn it around onto this so you guys can see it. And this is a small little bag. It's just great for just picking up and going in the back bay where I don't have to carry all that much stuff. Maybe I'm not too far away from my truck. I just want to go out there. I know what I'm throwing. I'm just going to throw between, you know, 5 and 6 plugs for the night. Early in the spring, carrying light stuff. Maybe just throwing a couple of SP minnows and bombers in there. And, you know, it's got nice little drain holes in the bottom. It's got the Velcro. And it's got a strap that connects. So, you know, it won't open. If you do happen to, you know, take it out and get hit with a wave, it's not going to get blown open, and you're going to lose half your plugs or all of them to the ocean. Some drain grommets. It has the strap in the back again, so it can go right on your bag. Important to put it on your bag, so you can put it on your belt, because that takes a lot of the weight off your shoulder and your back when you have it actually on your belt. That's really makes a difference nights. So again, pop that back over. Not too badly constructed. Not too badly constructed. Like I said, I'm not carrying this out if I want to carry a lot of stuff, but it's good for, you know, just some small things. The only downfall to this, of course, is the material that it's made out of, and the hooks penetrate it, and you see what happens. And these fuzzies up here. And eventually that's just going to continue to wear out the bag, and then it's going to fall. You have this pouch inside. Again, got a bunch of loops. Throw some diamond jigs, some bucktails. You can carry some light bucktails in case I want to throw those. In the back bay. Perfect. Could even carry a couple of bigger ones in there if I wanted to. Just in case. Pretty simplistic, not too crazy. And on this side you do have a pouch on the top, so you can put some stuff in there. I usually use it. I usually put my my TA clips in there. On this side, you have another one, but other stuff right in there. And on the side, you have this little pouch here, which I haven't got any hooks stuck in. So I guess the again, I'm not crazy about this mesh material that it's made out of, but it is made out of a much better quality mesh than was on the other. Was on that Tsunami one. And this one's got a little drawstring on it, so usually again, I'm using this to put my my jig strips in, Fat Cow or whichever one you prefer. The strap buckles are made out of plastic, so those aren't going to rust. That's a good thing. And they seem to be holding together pretty well. So again, I think this bag retailed for about I think between 40 and 50. I know it's on Amazon. I know you can get this one on Amazon. I know you can get this one on Amazon. This one, that's a special order. That one you got to go to Jamie's website at Flatlander and order it. And you can. The thing is, you can have it built to what you want. This isn't the only bag that he makes. He makes several different styles, bigger and smaller. Eventually, I don't have it right now, but when I have the money, I would like to have him build me a smaller bag, because then I'll only have to buy it once. Like I said, this will last me a few years. This will probably last me a few good years. But eventually, it's gonna, you know, the hooks in it and everything else. And that's really kind of the worst thing in the world. Is like you're sitting there and you want to throw a plug, and you look in your bag and like, oh, there it is, and you go to grab it, and the treble hooks are stuck into the material, and you're sitting there fighting with it, trying to get it out. While you're sitting there twisting, holding your rod, getting hit with waves. Not the best thing. This strap is nice. It's a nice shoulder pad, so it doesn't dig into your shoulder too much. There you go, and we'll take a look at all 4 bags again here. Alright guys, so those are the 4 bags that I've used in the past few years. Like I said, you know, describe to you guys how long each one's lasted me, and everything else. Like again, it's the hardest thing for me to tell you to go out and spend that much money on something. It really is. I know a lot of people don't have it yet, young, just getting into the sport. You know, you don't need to spend that much money on a bag. There's other bags you can get that are cheaper, that are, you know, that will suffice you a few years, and then, you know, you move on, you get the better bag, or you just, some guys just don't want to spend that money, and, you know, I don't blame them. Not that into the sport. They go a couple of times a year. Hey, we go a couple of times a year. What do I need a $500 bag for? A $200 bag, $250 bag. And you fish as often as I do, which is sometimes 3 to 4 times a week or more, because I'm sick. Whatever. You might want to think about spending the money, because you're going to blow through the bags. But that's it. So guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, everything that I put on here comes from the heart and from experience. Maybe not as much experience as other guys. There's definitely people who are out there fishing even harder than I am. And you know, they do spend the money on gear. And when you spend the money one time compared to spending the money 8 times or 5 times, I guess it all evens out. I don't think I'll ever have to buy another surf bag again if I didn't want to. The only reason why I would get another one is because I did want to. I could easily use this bag forever. And if I wanted to carry the small one, use this one. But I would definitely consider spending the money again on the smaller bag, just so I didn't have to carry the bigger bag. Because the bigger bag, carrying it around all night, you know, I'm not getting any younger, as I've said. I don't think anybody else is either. You know, it wears on your hips, it wears on your shoulder, or on your back. You know, carrying that around with especially when it gets wet and gets heavier, you know, water absorption, you know, adds weight to the bag. And like I said, I probably pack more plugs than I could ever throw, even if I wanted to, in a night in that bag. So you know, it ends up being quite heavy. But all right, guys, I'm gonna thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, leave a comment. Hey, let me know what you think. What's your favorite bag? You know, everybody's got their favorite ones. I know guys, they're going to watch this and be like, hey, you know, I like the Flatlander, but I like this one also. You know, let me know what you think. You know, leave a comment down below in the comment section. And please consider becoming a subscriber to the channel. Hit that bell for notifications of future content like this. I got a lot more of these videos coming up, and all throughout the winter, and then back to some nice surf casting in the spring. And I'm going to try to get out a few more times in the winter for freshwater fishing. And I may even do some freshwater fishing in the summer. I don't know. Those videos don't really get too much attention. The surf casting videos seem to do a lot better. But you know, that's it, guys. Again, thanks for watching, and as always, tight lines, and have a good night.